travel or technology, fashion or motivation? Are you confused about what niche to pick? Well, if you are sailing in that boat, then please go ahead and watch the entire video as I'm going to be giving you very simple tips on how to pick your niche. But before that, please go ahead and like, share and subscribe to IIM Skills. Now before we go ahead, I want to introduce you to two terms, generalist and specialist. Now generalists, as the name suggests, write about a variety of topics, right from food to lifestyle to dogs. On the other hand, specialists talk about particular topics or topics which they specialize in. Now both of them are valid and are very lucrative options, so you can pick which one you want to be, either a specialist or a generalist. It depends upon you. The first step in picking your niche is to identify what interests you. For this, you must ask yourself two questions. What area am I interested in? And what area do I have above average knowledge in? Well, if you get stuck somewhere in the middle and you're not able to find an answer to this question, then the best and simple method is to just start writing about the area you have vast experience in. For example, I have a vast experience in aviation and I feel that was the best way for me to begin my writing career in. The second step towards exploring your niche is to start understanding what you are passionate about. I'm going to explain this point with the help of an example. Say you are very interested in fitness. Now, but fitness is a very vast topic. There is yoga, there's meditation, there are different forms of exercises, there's healthy eating. Now, say in all of this, you are more inclined towards eating healthy. So, writing about healthy eating could be a passion of yours. You can start with something that you really know about. Alright, now guys, when you write about a particular niche, alright, say in this case it's fitness, you have to understand the tone and the style of writing. Okay, it could be informal or it could even be casual. So according to what niche you pick, according to what you are passionate about, go ahead, start reading articles, and you need to understand and imitate the form of writing. That is when you will do excellently well in your niche. Now guys, if you still are not able to find your passion about what you really want to write, it's completely okay, that is normal. The best thing that you can do is pick 5 any random topics. For example, you could pick tech or motivation, lifestyle, travel, any 5 topics that interest you, and under each of these 5 topics, you can write 10 blogs or articles. In this way, you will be able to identify what you are most inclined to and what you are able to write best. So this is a very good way and very simple method of finding your niche. Now the third step will involve a little research on your behalf. You will have to go online and look for publications, blogs and businesses that are actually connected to the niche that you wish to write about. Now what if you do not find any niche? I beg your pardon. What if you do not find any such blog or publication that is related to your niche? Then in this way, your niche would be a little bit too narrow or a little too specific. Now ultimately guys, when we write, we want to be read and we want to be paid for it, right? The ultimate agenda of being a content writer is that you want to be paid. So in this case, you will have to step back a little bit and probably widen your niche a little more. So for example, I'm going to tell you, say if you're a florist, alright, and you're particularly interested in writing about a one particular flower, alright, how to grow it, how to water it and how to take care of it and things like that. But you're not finding a target audience for it. In such a case, you will probably have to trace back your steps and broaden your reach. Alright, or broaden your topic. So I mean, you will have to probably start talking about plants or flowers in general. Okay, because like I said, the ultimate agenda is that you need to be paid for it. The next point is identifying the validity and demand of your niche. Now, as a content writer, you are writing because you want a good number of audience to read your article, and at the same time, you also want to get paid for it, right? So go online, do a little bit of a research, take a look at publications and businesses and blogs that are in sync with the topic that is your niche, and go ahead and see how they are doing. All right. So make sure that you are taking a look at the engagement level and take a look at the success rate as well. So it's going to give you a very good idea if your niche is in demand and if you are actually going to get paid for it. While you are looking at the validity and demand of your niche, you realize that there is absolutely no scope for your niche. In such a case, you need to trace your steps backward and probably just broaden the horizon of your subject. I'm going to give you an example so that you get a better understanding. For example, I'm very interested in writing about aviation, but I only want to write about aviation food. But a lot of people are not interested in reading about aviation food in particular. So in such a case, I can go ahead and probably include other aspects of aviation and get people to read my stuff. Guys, the ultimate agenda of a content writer is to get paid and to be read. So make sure that you pick a niche which is beneficial for you. The next point that I'm excited to share with you is how you can find clients for your work. So here I'm going to give you a couple of my personal examples so that you are able to understand better. The first thing that you can do is research about publications and magazines and even blogs which are related to your niche, and you can offer to write for them. So what I did was I reached out to a newspaper which falls under the generalist category, because newspapers write about a variety of things, and I happened to email my blogs to them, and they did publish my work in the form of a feature article. So that contributed to my portfolio. The next thing that you can do is reach out to local businesses and offer to write for their websites or even blogs. I'm going to give you two examples which helped me build my portfolio here. The first thing is I reached out to a friend of mine who had an online community-based business, and I offered to write a few blogs for her, and she published it, and that again contributed big time to my personal portfolio. The next example was I happened to reach out to a friend of mine who happened to make homemade beauty products, and I offered to write for her website, and that again contributed to my personal portfolio. So guys, in this way, please go ahead, don't hesitate to offer your services to people, and I'm sure that this is a way that you could be recognized as a writer, and ultimately it will go into contributing to your personal portfolio building. If your niche falls under the specialist category, that is, if your writing is very exclusive, then you should go ahead and build a website for yourself and market yourself as a specialist. Guys, there are millions of people who are browsing the internet almost every day, and you never know who may be interested in what you are offering. Another great way is to start publishing ebooks. So you write an ebook and you self-publish it. So guys, these were a few ways on how you can look for clients. With that, we come to the end of the video. But before we go, I would really like to advise you to keep expanding your knowledge. Guys, the more expertise you have in your niche, the more desirable you will be to your clients. Always make sure that you are updated with the latest trends, the news, and the developments in your area of niche. Guys, before you go, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to IIM Skills for a lot more engaging content. Thank you for watching.